Hey guys, it's Brooke and welcome to day 5 of 13 Days of Taylor. And yes, I totally am changing shirts to make it seem like I'm not filming these at one time, but I am. Fun fact, I'll be here wearing a John Lennon shirt tomorrow. So today for our 5th day of Taylor, we are going to be talking about some of my favorite Taylor music videos. And this was really hard to narrow down because I have grown up with these videos. Like, I have watched pretty much every single one of these videos when they've come out, and this is a really, really big deal to me, are the music videos that accompany her songs, and this was hard. I sat down and I watched every single one of them, even though I know most of them like the back of my hand. I sat down and I watched every single one of them, and I probably watched the ones that are in this video 2 or 3 times, trying to make the decision. But I have finally come up with this countdown, and there is good evidence of why. So yeah, once again, these are just my personal favorites. A lot of them have some kind of significant meaning to me personally. So yeah, comment and let me know what your favorite Taylor Swift music videos are. My first favorite is I'm Only Me When I'm With You, and I love this video so much because this video is totally something that I would do or something that I would love to do. And this is a video of Taylor just putting together a montage of her and her friends and her family basically being goofballs, but in the video she is being herself, which she's saying she's only really truly herself when she's around these people, and she shows you multiple instances of that in this video, and I've loved this one for a long time. I remember I have memories going back for years and years and years of watching that clip of her and Abigail, and I'm not quite sure who the other lady is in it, doing that like kind of dancing thing in the kitchen. Like, I love this video, and it's obviously one of the most meaningful to her that she has, and I just love the style of it and the way that even though it's like laid back, like obviously they didn't have producers coming to do it, they did it in a way that it still captured the story of the song, but it was really her, and I love that. The only thing that keeps me wishing on a wishing Teardrops on My Guitar is the first music video I ever saw from her, and I just have that memory of her, you know, laying on the bed with the guitar and sparkly eyeshadow, green dress, and she gets up and there's the scene of her like standing in front of the fireplace, and she looks so good. And I think this one is mostly on the list for the sentimental value it has to me. But first of all, she just looks so good in that video, like, for starters. And second of all, it was the first one I ever saw. I've seen it a billion times. Probably not, actually. I don't think anyone's viewed it a billion times. But yeah. Love Story I had to put on here once again for the sentimental value that it has behind it for me. And Taylor Swift is the princess, and she basically in this video gave all of the girls between the ages of like 5 and 12, when I was a kid, I was in the middle there, I was 7 or 8, gave us all the false hope that when we were teenagers we were going to have someone throwing rocks at the window because they wanted to be with us so much while we stood on a balcony and sang in a white princess dress. So far this has not happened to me, but if it's happened to you, let me know. However, this is just a classic, and you've probably seen this once again, even if you don't like her. And I love the old-fashioned theme, you know, in relation to Romeo and Juliet. I love the ball gown scene in this video where they're dancing, and yeah, she was just America's princess at the time. Tell me that you did not wish that you had someone who you could write notes to and show them through the window after you saw this as a kid, because I did. This is the video that I talked about in the first video that my mom really loves, and I feel like that gave me like an extra boost of liking it, that someone like my mother, who I, you know, want her to like what I like, kind of approved of it back in the day. And looking back at it, it's so good. It's so good. This man's careful daughter, mine is one of my absolute favorites because in this one, the video is the story and it captures it so beautifully. It's so real. It really does feel like kids who are just in college. There are the flashback scenes of the girl in the video who, you know, had trouble with her parents, and there's the scene of everything flashing back to her from her childhood and her being scared that something like that is going to happen in the relationship that she's in now. And I am disappointed at how little of this video I can put in my video because of copyright issues, but like, you should really go watch that entire music video because it is beautifully done. But someday. Mean is one of my favorites because I really love the vibe it has to it. Once again, she looks really good in this one, and I love the outfits. I love the way she looks when she's on the railroad tracks, and I love the just kind of out there theme of it and the kind of old-fashioned, almost showgirl circusy theme of it. And I love the sparkly dress that she's wearing, and I love all the different scenarios with the different people who are getting made fun of. The kid who doesn't fit in with the football team, and the girl who is trying to save up for college, and the little girl who can't sit with those other people because her dress is different, and they all live through that story, and it's really good. And it's not there. Ours is, I mentioned this in nearly every video, but it is one of my favorites ever, and the music video is awesome. It basically paints the basic idea of an office cubicle type of situation as boring, and it shows her, you know, having kind of a boring life, but the only thing that she can think of that takes her out of this boring life is the person she's seeing. And I love the ending of it when you realize that he's not there because he is in the military. He comes and he gets off the train, and that scene at the end, I adore everything about this video. I think it's strange that you think I'm funny. Begin Again is not one of the most complex ones that she has, but I really love this video mostly just for the kind of theme that it has, the kind of Parisian theme with the bicycle riding, and I love that blue blouse she's wearing when she's sitting in the cafe that's like tied around her neck, and I just love the kind of the aesthetic of this video. No apologies, he'll never see you cry. I don't care what you say. Let me say it again. I don't care what you say. I love the I Knew You Were Trouble video. I feel like this video gets so much hate for no reason, but this is one of my favorites. I love it. I know that no one can see it the same way because of the goat. I also struggle with this, but I love that video so much. I feel like it captures what she's trying to say so well. Once again, that's another one that's kind of aesthetically pleasing, and I love the monologue in the beginning of it, and just, if you hate on this video, I disagree. The Everything Has Changed video is like the best thing to ever happen ever. I love that video with all my heart, with the little baby. I don't know if it's supposed to insinuate that those are their younger siblings or that those are their children, but I love it so much. And it's just so cute. If you've never seen the whole video of Everything Has Changed, please go watch it. It's one of the best things that's ever happened.
and I'll write your name, boy.
Blank Space is an obvious one on the list. I was obsessed with this from the moment it came out, and just the amount of extra that she puts on in this video, I adore.
What you've done, 'cause baby,
Bad Blood, I feel like, is a very predictable one to be on here, but it's so good. You can't tell me that that video isn't good from the, you know, all-star lineup of people that she has in it, and I love the way the whole thing plays out. I love Kendrick being in it, and the kind of scene where they're, like, on the table and it's, like, half of his face and half of her face. I love that stuff, and Hayley Williams is in it, a ton of other awesome people are in it, and just the way she did the promotion for it and the way that she did the whole thing, I think is genius. It's award-winning, and it deserves to go down in history as one of the best music videos.
what you made me do.
What also deserves to go down in history as one of the best music videos is the Look What You Made Me Do video. And even though I am kind of sick to death of that song, and I literally watched this video thousands of times to get my boosts on Taylor Swift Verified Fan, and am therefore sick of it, it's genius, and I will never not think that it is genius, okay? Like, she literally turned everything that anyone had ever said about her into a big joke, and it blew up, and just everything that she did for it, I can't even put it into words. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out. I remember when it came on, I mean, this was just like a few months ago, but when it came on TV for the VMAs 2017, I was screaming. I was texting my friends. I was like, this is the best thing she has ever done. And it is, in fact, one of the best things she has ever done. Okay? Okay. Also, things come kind of full circle here. I'm about to get emotional again. But, you know, when I was that age, Taylor was the princess in the Love Story video. And my best friend's niece, who I really love and am close to, she refers to Taylor as the queen, as in her being the queen sitting on the throne in the Look What You Made Me Do video. And when I was that age, she was the Romeo Save Me princess on the balcony, and now she's the queen sitting on the snake throne. And I feel like that is such, like, an evolution of progress, and that makes me emotional to see that that's how the next generation sees her as opposed to how my generation saw her. So yeah, guys, those were my favorite Taylor Swift music videos. I hope you enjoyed. Comment and let me know what your favorites are. Comment and let me know what you're thinking of this series so far. Make sure to thumbs up this video so I know that you're enjoying the series. Check out the other videos that I've put up on my channel recently. Before you check out any of my other Taylor videos, which will be linked in the description, days 1 through 4, please make sure you check out the video that I made called Justice for Alyssa. If you don't feel like watching the entire video, Google Alyssa Turney or hashtag Justice for Alyssa. Eleanor, I can't remember her last name right now, but a girl named Eleanor has a really good video on it. Amber Loves Mystery has a really good video on it. Kendall Ray obviously has the really good video on it. So please, even if you don't watch my video, inform yourself about that situation, and that is so much more important than what my favorite Taylor Swift music videos are. So please look into that. And yeah, guys, I hope you're enjoying. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.